guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a magazine. She said, "How'd you like to waste some time?" And I could not resist when I saw little Nicky grind. The castle started spinning, or maybe it was my brain. I can't tell you what she did to me, but my body will never be the same. Oh, that's such a happy song when you think about it. A girl who's a sex machine. Well, what could be a happier, more positive and uplifting and bonerific topic for a song? I'm just putting it out there. Anakin's here. Nolan, Jeff, Cynthia, Nina, Gon's here. Anakin, Phantom, Lexar, Pal Wolverine, Iso J, Amisama, Ethan Brown, Little Yappy, Lateral River Huskins, the Bat Boy, Louis Andrews. I don't know why I went into that voice. Berries. Yeah, running a little late today. Had a ton of shit to do earlier. Arthur's here. Hirohito, Michinomiya. Brandon Rogers made a new vid. React to it. Sounds like a command. Don't take those. Sean K, Ivan, Phantom Fox, Spook Studios, Andrew Wilson, DJ Games. It's Friday, guys. Fridays make me so happy. God, I don't know what it is, because again, all our streams, which you guys know, I typically will put a topic for the stream, but we can go anywhere we want with them. But Fridays are just so extra weird. I like that. Arthur finally got a notification. It was an accident, Arthur. Susan apologizes. She didn't mean to. I wish I was an anime actor, Nicholas. Trust me. Shao Tucker, Arlong, Zetsu Fusion. Oh, wait, okay. Shao Tucker, Arlong, Zetsu Fusion is awesome. Fuck all those guys. Vigorously. React to Neckbeards commanding you to react to shit, God says. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be awesome, Cynthia. Fridays are always extra strange. Next poster two got some splaining to do. You got some splaining to do, Lucy, Barry says. Isaac says, Curtis, I have a serious question. Do you have any advice for college? I'm going to start soon. I don't know where to start. Get laid. No, I'm partially kidding. No, see, my advice on stuff like that, I almost hesitate to get it because it sounds so corny that it sounds like I don't put much thought into it, but I do, because it's my honest advice. Is be yourself, especially you're past the high school years and stuff like that. And you'll find as you're going into any more adult circumstances, you don't want to be around people who don't want to be around you when you're being yourself. Again, that doesn't sound like much, but that's my best advice, because as long as you're always true to who you are and act the way that you want to act, you never have to apologize. And you never have to consider if you played your cards right. Last post? Okay, no, wait a second. You guys got me going both ways. I'm watching for posts upcoming and posts that went by here. Considering just timing out reaction requests. That's okay, Wolverine. I don't mind. Now, unless they spam them, of course. Then you can hammer them. But I don't mind them there. You know, they're okay. I appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I don't mind them being there. Actually, if I see them and I mention the fact that, you know, I'm not taking any reaction requests because we're so far behind, it might just stop more from coming in. But anytime they're spammed, well, you know that. You always handle those for me anyway. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't mind them. Here's Barry. He says, after the first stream ended yesterday, my mom beat me with a spoon for slacking off. I had to show her Tokyo Drive 2 and the Goose Man. After it ended, she demanded more. She's hooked on it. Thank you, Em. That's pretty good. Hey, Mama Barry's knows what's what. Tokyo Tribe 2 is quality entertainment. I don't care what anybody says. Curtis and Dragon Ball Super. I wish, Nicholas. I wish. Mancali. Hey, haven't seen you in a while, pal. We'll bang, okay? Indeed. And always. God, he's so funny. Manslayer. Jesus. He just, everything about that guy. Hey, Chrome. Michael says, react to the chat. No. I'm not looking at it. You can't see me. La, 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 la. Mike says, generally, when making new friends, you should make sure to get rid of the bad ones quickly. Yeah. Like, I know it almost again, that type of advice almost sounds like a cop out, but it isn't, because that's my genuine advice. The most important thing, I believe. 3 streams in 2 days. I know. Well, we'll be doing more streams because again, now with them completely blindsiding me. Oh, that's better yet. I don't know if I told you guys that. Now, I thought we were all set with Naruto, posting the Naruto vids to the channel because they were sharing the monetization, which means they're aware of them, right? You would think. So then yesterday they came and hit number 5 with a block. So I just told the automated system to remove the part that they had objected to, and it was the whole goddamn video except my intro and outro. And I said, well, I'll just leave it up for anybody that wants to listen to the intro and outro. Last night they hit it again with none of their audio in it. It got blocked again. So I think I think we can comfortably say that we won't be doing the Avatar reaction videos the traditional way here, but everybody seemed to have a good time with doing it the other way last night. So I'll try and start fitting those in regularly, those streams where we just watch an episode of the anime, because we know we can do any and all of them if it's done that way. And as we're going, we'll pick up more of the things that make it easy. A few people have requested that I speak along with the intro so people can sync up their videos to it. And, we'll come up with all the little tips and tricks like that. And at least that way, we know we'll be able to watch them. And I know it's a little bit more of a pain in the ass, but for those of you who can configure it and have the 2 windows open at once, should be pretty easy. Barry says he's talking about his mom. She stayed up all night and watched the first maybe 20 episodes of Tokyo Tribe. Wow. She kept waking me up to explain shit, which I couldn't because I haven't watched it yet. I told her to ask you to explain it more. All I know about Tokyo Tribe, though, Barry's, is the Goosh Man is a legend, a deserved legend. I think so, Chrome. Chrome says, I think the Avatar timer stream did fairly well so far compared to the other Avatar reactions. But a first one I found just over the years of doing this, Chrome, usually do better, the first in a series. And I understand why. People go in and try it out, and a lot of people will not like that format and won't come back. So it's just a matter of, do more people discover it as we go and do like it, as opposed to more people who have seen it and they're like, nah, I don't want to do that. Curtis is Jotaro Kujo, Ami-sama says. Joey says, I love watching a Naruto series and I go back and they only block the ones with the big reveals and peak moments. It seems that way sometimes, doesn't it, Joey? I don't think they actually did, use that as their qualifiers for how to block, but it certainly seems like it turned out that way, doesn't it? Lex says, so what did she think of Goosh Goosh? Remember Barry's? Oh, asking Barry's, yeah, about his mom seeing the Goosh Goosh, man. He's a legend. And then I got, did you see Dragon Ball Wrestling episode? Yeah, I just posted it today, Minkali. Go over to the channel. Well, go over to the channel. You're here with us at the channel. Just check out at the channel. It was today, right, guys? Today or yesterday? No, earlier today. I just posted it. It was really, really good. DA's a legend. I knew it was going to be good, though. I can't stand timer reactions, Arthur said, unless there were better software for syncing. Yeah, unfortunately, though, Arthur, that's what we're down to now. It just, as soon as YouTube employed that bullshit block system rather than a copyright system, they had us on the ropes. So there's nothing we were going to be able to do. Barry says, talking about his mom telling Xbox she loved it, got a real kick out of it. Says she's going to be stopping by here more often. Also says she loved the vibe in here and that we're real good people with a weird side, but she loves us. She's pretty spot on there, Barry. She called it right away. Smog, quick question. Is the candy part in Curtis Candy a reference to Ray Candy, or is it simply for alliteration? Yeah, it was just a lot of people have asked me, Smog, about that. How'd you come up with a Curtis Candy name and gimmick for wrestling? There's no real fun story to it, other than wrestling started, when you're working the indies, it ebbs and flows. And back in the 90s, it started to flow again. And so I knew I was getting to book some shows, and I was like, I want to change up the gimmick. Why I thought of Curtis Candy, I couldn't even tell. The name Curtis is just because I always liked that name. Don't know why, but I always liked that name. I just thought it had a cool, like you say, a cool ring to it, and it was fun. But that's all there was to it. There was nothing special outside of that. Gimster says, when my niece told me she was hungry because she didn't have breakfast, I offered to cook the puppies in the house. She told me she wasn't Chinese. Kids these days. Ow. I read a headline. I didn't read the whole article because I was busy. A headline that said China has finally come out and put a ban on eating wild animals. I'll believe it when they actually implement it. But I just read that yesterday. You made me think of it, Gimster, with that. Hopefully they did. Oh, I do like candy gone. Ain't no question about that. Lewis says, I am turning 18 and moving out soon. Any advice? Be afraid. Stay a kid as long as you can. Nah. I mean, no real advice other than keep grinding, keep going forward. It's gonna suck at times, but as long as you're the type that's willing to work, do what you need to do to not only make ends meet, but make your life work out the way you want, you'll be okay. Barry says, look for the next post about the cave. For those of you who don't know, the cave is where we do our podcast, because my podcast is actually recorded in a live stream over at the cave, which is just it's another Patreon. It's only a $2 Patreon, but I'm hoping someday it just does enough viewers to pay for the overhead. Like I have to pay for the streaming service over there and stuff. But we have a really good time with the podcast. So Nolan says, I miss the old school YouTube. Oh, I think you're on a real crowded train there, Nolan. Yeah, a lot of us with you on that one. Chrome says, did you see the video of China removing pro-democracy people from the vote in Hong Kong's parliament? They're basically cementing their control over Hong Kong while we do nothing. Yes, I did, Chrome. That's actually really, really frightening. Yes, I did. I did see that. Terrifying is the word. I'm doing good, Manad. Thanks for asking. Orochimaru should be a father, Goku Black says. Hold on. Who am I? Oh, Barry's I'm watching for. There it is. Is one of the possible topics for conversation going to be about Biden and his comments about you're not black if you don't vote for him? Really fucked up shit. Probably will be now, Barry's. For those of you who don't know, Joe Biden today, I won't go too far into politics, so we save that for the cave. But this is, you don't have to be in politics to see the absurdity of this. Joe Biden, if you didn't catch it, told it was an interview with a black man, right? Wasn't it? But basically, his quote was, you ain't black. And I'm paraphrasing the quote leading into it. He said something about, if you don't vote Biden, you ain't black. What? Jesus Christ. It's so egregiously outrageous, stupid, racist that it just makes me laugh. I'm sorry. something that moronic is just always going to make me laugh. Wolverine says, check last post. The Comedy Cafe opens next week. Going to try getting a guest. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's nice to see the club starting to open and everything. Good. It's good. It feels good to get back to a little bit of normalcy anyway. Sean says, thank you for making my Fridays fun on my day off. Oh, Friday's your day off? Good day to have off. Well, thank you for being in here. You guys make Fridays a blast for me. That's an interesting way to boost your public image, isn't it, Hirohito? What the fuck? I when I first saw it was trending, I thought it was somebody ripping on him. I thought somebody had made a gag about him or a meme or something that they had pieced together. Because it's like, no, he wouldn't have actually said that. Yep, he said that. Do I like Goku versus Lord Beerus video? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Marie, back when Goku was first training with Beerus and everything, and the flicks to the forehead and stuff. That cracked me up. That's when you know you got a little bit of a power disparity when a guy goes like that to you and it sends you into another dimension. He hits you so fucking hard. Alex says, but everyone knows you can't be racist unless you're lean right. Yeah, it was, and again, despite my lean, I take no joy, honestly, in Joe Biden doing things like that. I like Joe Biden as a man, but holy crap. It's one thing to be a gaffe machine. It's another to say something like that. It's actually another to even think something like that. How arrogant is it to think that because of the color of someone's skin, they owe you their vote? Yikes. Chrome says Biden's going to tank the DNC this election. It'll be fun. You guys are brutal. Rick says my favorite Biden moment was when he almost had a stroke mid-interview. You guys are rough. See, I've always, again, don't agree with him politically a lot, but I always thought Joe was a decent dude and just very, very, which is not a good thing for a politician, but very socially awkward. Well, he's getting awkwarder. Sean, are you a fan of history? Somewhat. Favorite president? I don't know, Sean. I've been asked that before. I don't know that I've ever had an actual favorite. I mean, every president is going to have their blemishes. I think Reagan was a really decent president, and believe it or not, I think Bill Clinton was a really decent president. I have no love for Hillary whatsoever, but Bill is a good president. And you know what's really a lot of people don't realize? Bill Clinton is a goddamn genius, a literal genius. He has just an incredible intellect. You wouldn't know it from the horrible way he defended himself in the whole Lewinsky thing, which was garbage anyway. Who gives a shit if the president's getting a blowjob? I care about what he does for the country. But those would probably be my two most of the more recent presidents. That would be my favorites. He is a Rhodes Scholar, right, Sean? A lot of people don't realize that. I mean, he is a smart man. He is extremely sharp. Didn't Clinton's policies basically lead to the housing market crash, though? To a degree, Chrome. It all depends on the lens with which you view that back. You could certainly make a strong case of it. Was it ill-intended? Of course not. And that's the thing of it is, for me at least, with any president, governor, anybody in a position of political power, to me, you got to look at intention more than anything else. It's just like I always say about the crisis we have, quote unquote crisis we have with student loan debt getting out of hand. It did get out of hand, but it was well intentioned. I mean, the government made those loans easier to get, trying to get everybody an education. They didn't see the unintended consequence of universities saying free money and just jacking the prices up because they knew everybody could get loans. So it falls in that category for me. Barry says next post. Brian says, saying, hey, from the road. Oh, on the road. Wyoming looks beautiful. Wait, Pennsylvania is the other way. God damn it. Brian, that sounds like one of my days. Is it this? What was it? What did Bugs always used to say? Make a right turn at Albuquerque. Something in Albuquerque. It's close to that. Hold on, I'm watching for Barry's post. Barry says, seems like the left gets a racist pass, but if the right says the word black next to the word people person, they're automatically defended a bigot or racist or fascist. Yeah, that's the tone of politics nowadays, Barry. It's true. That's how politics runs nowadays. I don't think there'll be some apologists for him, but Biden won't get a complete pass on this one. I mean, just in the little bit, because I've been really busy today, but the little bit I've been able to see on social media and stuff, there's a lot of people of color that are like, hey, motherfucker, I was going to vote for you, but what the hell? So, yeah, he won't get completely, off scot-free. When I play either of the South Park games, I started, though, the one, I'm looking for your name. One. What was it? Stick of Truth? I played some of. It's just fine. That was back when that one I probably would have finished, but that was back before I got everything fixed within the system here, and I was trying to live stream them, and the streams came out so terrible, I just stopped live streaming games. And now we've gotten to where we just enjoy doing these streams, but eventually I'll start up gaming again. But that was one of the several that we're toying around with when it wasn't worth it. The streams were always out of sync. My audio was out of sync with the game and it was glitching and we were just like, fuck it. So now we can. Isaac, Curtis, have you ever received an N-word pass? No, because I don't use the word. The only time I use the word is if we're discussing the word, and the usage of it. You guys know, as far as curse words, I'm not a believer in that. I think it's absolutely asinine that the word shit is considered a naughty word and poopy is not. I mean, it's a physical function. It's the result of a physical function. Stop being babies about things. But the N word is the exception because it only exists to demean other people. Those types of words I don't use. I have no use for them. If I get and I get in arguments with lots of people, if I get in an argument with somebody who happens to be a person of color, there are plenty of things I can go after them about besides their besides disparaging their color. No, Alex, I don't suppose you've seen the Watch Mojo video top 10 dick moves while playing video games. No, but that one sounds pretty good. I would watch that one. I like again, like Watch Mojo, and I know a lot of people don't care for it. I enjoy their videos. That's one I would watch. Curtis needs an N-word pass. Nah, not really, Daniel. No. What are my thoughts on the R word? I'll tell you, Flame Enforcer, I'm not a big fan of calling words the N word, the R word, or the anything else word, only because I think the people that want to use those words in a disparaging manner, you're just giving them more power with it. That's just my take on it. I know it's not the popular opinion, but I think linguistically, when you start protecting those words like that, that makes the assholes who want to use the words in an aggressive or demeaning manner, I think that actually gives them more power with it. And let's face it, people that don't give a shit about using the N word aren't going to stop because the rest of society says it's not appropriate. So I think you've just given them more power with it. That's why I don't like it. I don't know. Mancali says, when are you going to be Moist Fista guy in DA vid? As soon as DA lets me know, he's got a lot going on too. I know he's mentioned to me a couple times that he really wants to do Moist Fista again, but when he gets to it, as soon as he gets to it, I will. What's up?
Do you have any Animal Crossing fans in here?
Anybody an Animal Crossing fan? Why?
Because I just found a really rare person. It's a rhino with a strawberry horn. She's one of the rarer ones.
Wow, I don't know. Brax and my wife are both playing Animal Crossing, and this is a character he just found that is apparently really, really difficult to find. Any of you guys play that? No, don't play it, Hirohito. King Snake says yes. Flame Enforcer's playing. My wife and Spaz Kid are just both playing a lot of it. It actually looks pretty fun. I am not even going to think about getting involved because that's all I need is something to take up more time.
He's here to boast. Someone said.
Pretty much, though. Yeah. That's a good find, though.
Oh, yeah.
Is your mom pissed?
Oh, yeah, she got mad. She said, how are you doing this shit?
Well, see, the thing with my wife has never been a gamer. The only game she would play would be on Facebook or a couple on her phone. So, of course, the thing of it is, Brax has been a lifetime gamer. So it doesn't matter what genre the game is or something. If you're an established gamer, you're going to be better at it than somebody who has no experience with gaming. So it's driving my wife nuts that he finds all this shit and collects all this stuff. And she's been playing it for substantially longer than him, and she can't get any of it. I've never crossed an animal gone, says. I have a couple times. Back when I was 11 or 12, we lived out in the country. And my crazy Uncle Ed, my favorite uncle, he passed away years ago, unfortunately. Good dude. We were raising a bull for beef. And the bull, he wasn't full grown, but he was close. He was a big boy. He bet me like $20 that I wouldn't try and ride it. I crossed an animal that day. Animal won. the animal threw my ass off with extreme prejudice. But I got my $20. And listen, we're talking back in the early 70s, $20. That's like about 60, 70 nowadays. It was fucking well worth it. I hit the ground. I was sore for a couple days. Who gives a shit? And then my Uncle Ed, he was the best. I could tell you guys some Uncle Ed stories. He and of course we come back in and my mom's yelling at him because it was her brother. She's going, Ed, he could have gotten killed. He goes, but he didn't. Oh yeah, old school WWE games were amazing, Sean. Yes, completely agree. I used to play a lot of them. Mencali says, "What the fuck happened to Spaz Kid? Became Kid Boo to Fat Boo." Well, he's got that. He got that freshman 15 that you get when you go to college, and he liked it and he kept it. Wolverine says, "Look for last post. Okay, let me catch up with that one before I go on to more. Where are you? Oh, there you are. No, I don't think we'll do that, Wolverine. Wolverine says kick him in his balls next time he's on screen. Nah. I love having grandkids. Not gonna do that one. Creeper Bell, I'm doing very well today. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Doing very well. Hey, Demi. Oh, well, I just spent 2/4 of my off days binging your Avatar reactions on the Goose. Finished last night. I need to go get me a girlfriend. But get a girlfriend who enjoys anime. Spaz Kid and I have talked about that. When he's on the market, the number one interest they need to have, and he agreed, is Disney World, because we're all Disney nuts. And secondary, and I'm almost willing to put it in first, but my wife wouldn't agree, is that she likes anime. Flame Enforcer says retard is still a medical word, but people in my school complain because it was in the media book. Yeah, in the med books. Yeah, Flame Enforcer. But we know we have a very, very easily offended society. Yes, mental retardation is still a thing. Absolutely, it is. Who is cooler / better? Zekers. I don't know if you pronounce that Zeker Zeke, Madara or Cell. Oh, that's actually a really tough one. I like both those characters. Perfect Cell is cooler than Madara. Madara might even be a slightly better villain. I really liked Madara as a villain in that series. That's a tough one. That's a good question. That's a close one. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Do I dress up for Halloween? I haven't in a few years, Joey. If I do now, it's just, I'll just throw on a mask and a ripped up shirt or something like that, just scare the kids coming to the door or something. Something along those lines. Excuse me, Cell's hotter, Flame Enforcer says. Alex, no, I haven't. He says, have you ever played the video game Mafia 2? I played some of Mafia 1. If I remember right, it wasn't even my game. Trying to remember who had it. But somebody that was coming over back when, Brax and I both had different people coming over that would come over and play with us. Somebody had it, and I played some of it, but I haven't played 2. Every Naruto enemies are emo, though. Nan Kelly says. Madara is my favorite villain of all time. MXH says, I get that. Madara is a great villain. I really, really enjoyed that whole part of Shippuden. It was fantastic. Ria says, fuck it, I'll date Spaz Kid. There we go. I've been trying to hook him up. One says, come on, you guys, these are too tough. Would you rather die in an epic fight to the death or suffocated by big titties? Those are both such glorious ways to go out. That would be so close, you would have to be more specific. I would have to know whose titties or who I would be losing the fight to. It would be that close. It would depend on who else was involved. Which one would be cooler? You think Itachi's a better villain? Goku, I like Itachi. Some people designate Itachi as a villain. I don't see it, but some people do. Chrome says, oh, by the way, I've pretty much guaranteed we'll be getting to 2 card captor Sakuras next month after finishing a commission. Oh, cool. I'm just glad everything's going well for you, Chrome. We're getting closer to some of my favorite early episodes. I'm surprised. I've said it over and over by how really good that is. Really, really cute. I just love the characters in it. Itachi's still better than both of them. Yeah, I like Itachi. I think he's a great character, which is funny because, again, his brother never, as a character, never did anything for me. Don't hate him and don't really, not a fan of him. He's just there. But Itachi's really cool. I know you haven't watched it, but the villain of Psychopaths, Willie Plays, says, is the perfect example of you agree with his ideals, but not his actions. Yeah, I like stuff like that. Boy, I am really shocked where we are over at the Goose with Code Geass now, how deep that is. You talk about a series with shades of gray. Holy crap. I mean, there are very few defined lines in that series. Everything is a little bit wavy. Yes, I've seen. Sean says, did you see the Undertaker Last Ride documentary? Very good. I've seen the first 2. The next one comes out Sunday, right? Next episode. Yeah, very good. Really enjoying it. Jack Queen trying to rile the troops. Itachi sucks dick. Bring it, fanboys. You got to go, Ria? Okay. Thanks for being in while you could. How many shades? 50? VG. Oh, kinky. What if Boomy was the avatar instead of Aang? Support Gaming says. I like Boomy, but I like Boomy as King Boomy. Yeah, I wouldn't want him as the avatar. Oh, I got to tell you guys something too. I have got a plan. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot about this. I really want to get you guys' feedback. You guys know I've said over and over and over how much I've always loved cartoons, always loved animation, which is why I shouldn't have been surprised that I love anime as much as I do, even though I was initially surprised. But I have no artistic ability. I've been writing screenplays and stuff. That was how I first got into entertainment forever. I have a writing background, obviously. I've got plenty of experience in front of cameras, in front of live audiences, that sort of thing, but just no artistic ability. Well, from what I've been seeing with the tools we have now currently for us, I think I might be able to put together an animated series. Now, the problem for me is time. I've already started trying to figure out how I'm going to learn. I got to learn more about Source Filmmaker. I've got the entire Adobe suite set of tools. I've got to start the steep learning curve. But what I want to do, if I can get through to it, is make short videos that are all cohesive. That's an actual ongoing story. And it'll be familiar to you guys that have been with me for a long time, because I'm going to combine two existing stories I have. It's going to combine D-Pouch, the asshole superhero, with Golden. So basically, it's going to be the story of Golden, but Golden's backstory is now going to be closer to D-Pouch's, and Golden is the most obnoxious superhero in the history of the world. I, from what I've written so far and what I have planned, I would be so excited if I could get it to work. Now, again, there's a huge steep learning curve on this software, and I'm figuring the best I can do is budget maybe an hour each day to try and learn it. So it's probably going to be a process. But if it were to come to fruition, I might be coming to you guys, any of you guys that have good recording software, and for whatever reasons, maybe you got good stuff for gaming, maybe you make videos, whatever. If it goes that far, I might be coming to some of you guys to see who wants to voice characters and stuff. Mankali says, more like, it got censored on you. Hentai. Oh, okay, hentai. Duh. More like hentai. Mankali says, okay. Knowing the conversation we're having, and I struggled to get hentai. Jesus Christ. Sean K. Owen Hart was underrated. He was ahead of his time. Oh, he was a great worker. Excellent worker. He had, it seemed like more personality in real life than he was able to convey on screen. I think that's the only thing that held him back, but fantastic worker. I'm going to try and learn animation, Chrome. Only because the tools have become, don't get me wrong, I have no delusions about my own abilities. It's just that the tools have become so advanced that I'm thinking I might be able to pull it off. Rick says, oh yes, Spaz Cinematic Universe. I'm just hoping I can do it because there's so much of that story to be told. Just to give you guys the brief overview, Golden is a character with superpowers. Golden's also, as all of you know, a complete and total asshole. He came into his superpowers because he was actually approached by an alien life form. An alien life form came to Earth, and again, perfect timing for this type of stuff with the hubbub about UFOs recently and stuff. And the alien that he encountered was friendly and wanted to learn more about our society, and this alien felt that he could bring a lot of good to our planet, and all he wanted to do was help, and Golden tried to rape him. So as the alien was running screaming away to his ship, he shot Golden with some sort of weapon, but the weapon didn't have the earthly effect that one would assume that the alien meant, and he ended up with these ridiculous jacked up powers, and now he whores himself out as a superhero because he wants to get paid. I make beats. I got the equipment to do voiceover. Oh, okay, good, Demi. Now again, no promises, my friend, because I don't know if I'll be able to master this. Be honest with you guys, but if I do, I will definitely be coming to you guys for voicing. You still got time, Jamie. Just got out of a meeting. You still got time. Liz says I make videos, kinda. Yeah. So again, if I can do it, I will. I'll be coming to you guys, Jack. I make videos, but they're illegal in the States and Europe. Oh, it would be fun, Lex. I'm hoping I could get it done. I don't know. We'll see. And knowing all that goes into it, it would probably be very brief episodes at a time. I'd have to really break them down. Similar to what DA does, a couple 1 to 2 minute videos at a clip. But there's a lot of adventure to be had, and if it ended up being able to go forward, of course, you'll find out that Golden despises Superman. Well, we can't say Superman, so we're going to make a low budget Superman for the story. It's going to be Stupendous Man or something intentionally stupid like that. But he hates him because everybody admires him, and he gives away his superhero shit for free, and he thinks that it reflects poorly on him that he wants to get paid. I love Avatar, Android Prince. It was fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so Goku versus Golden, who would win? Goku's probably more powerful, but Golden is batshit crazy and does not give two shits about killing someone, and that might be what does Goku in. Golden would not be in any way, shape, or form ever. He is pure villain. Ever would he have any sense of mercy on an opponent or something? So it could go either way. Okay, one says now the death battle is against Nappa or suffocation from Police Girl's Hits. I like Nappa. He's not legend enough for that death to be cool enough for me to not take Police Girl's Titties. I'm taking those. If I'm gonna die, one of those 2 episodes, Police Girl Titties, suffocation. Could you imagine Hisoka fighting Perfect Cell? Demon King says, I like the idea of Hisoka fighting anybody. Hisoka's a great character. So you got any idea what models you'd use for Golden's character? If you need any help, let me know. I could give you some advice on stuff. Thank you, Chrome. I will probably take you up on that. Yes, I forgot the name of the program. I'll look it up quick. There's a program you can use and import characters into what the hell's the name of it? Fuse. Adobe Fuse. Chrome. I can create Golden there, and with their tools, I can make a pretty good representation of what Golden looks like, and then I'll import it from there. Yeah, yes, Jamie. She said, have you seen Devil Artemis' DBZ Wrestling? I just put up a reaction to it earlier today. If you get a chance, go watch it. But again, anything DA does is going to be hilarious. And poor Kava. as soon as he came out, I was like, oh, this is going to be really fucking bad. And it was. The book's going really slow, Joey. I make gains on it here or there, but it's going well, just really, really slow. Sam says, I will say, Curtis, Sasuke is much more likable and kinder in Boruto in contrast to Naruto and much less brooding. That's what I've heard. Other people have told me that too. He's a more likable character in Boruto than he was prior. Hisoka only fights little boys. Flame Enforcer says he's such a fucking creep, Hisoka. He really is. But he's a creep, and it's hard not to like him. Oh, absolutely, Mancali. Curtis has priorities straight by choosing tits. Yeah, and granted, you might be able to come up. The only way that question goes the other way is if it's really a second tier set of tits versus losing a death battle to somebody really legendary. That's the only way that one would flip. Smog says he killed a bunch of people in Dragon Ball Emerald, King Piccolo for one. Nappa as the McMahon character was priceless, wasn't it, Jamie? It was so freaking perfect. It was, oh, geez. But again, it's DA. You knew it was going to be good. Sasuke so badass in Boruto, not going to lie. MX, I don't know. I can't say those 3 letters together. MXH says, yeah, again, I've gotten a lot of that from people. A lot of people said that that's definitely where he shines the most is in Boruto. Jamie says, so here's the real question. Police girls' tits are mine. Well, the thing is, Jamie, when all is said and done, yours are real. Give me the real ones. Have you ever played Resident Evil? If not, you should. You could play it on your channel. Well, there's a lot of things I could play on my channel, Will, but there's no time for them. Yes, I played the last Resident Evil I played was 4, and then we were playing Resident Evil 2, the updated one, on the channel. And then once the pandemic thing took over, I just decided that we're all getting a lot more camaraderie, a lot more lift to our day out of doing these types of streams. So we went to these. We went to strictly these. But yes, we were in the midst of playing Resident Evil 2 when the pandemic and the lockdowns began. Broly as Brock Lesnar was awesome. Makes more sense when you think about it. Yeah. Well, Marsh, that's clearly that was the go-to move. If you're going to have a monster as your initial champion in DBW, you went with the right guy, going with Broly. Now that's something too I had thought of. Oh, well, you guys had mentioned as well. Now, if we do go to doing the reaction vids on the channel with the timer, that opens up the possibility for doing the movies and stuff too then. Sam says he kind of reaches his character arc in Boruto, meaning Sasuke, like Vegeta does in Super. That's kind of how it is. Yeah, again, that's what I've heard from a number of people, that was definitely the most likable, relatable version of Sasuke was Boruto's. Jamie says, "Oh well." So last time I mentioned staying in the basement, you offered your computer room. Is there enough room under your desk? Yes. and if there isn't, I'll kick the hell whatever's under here out. Chrome says, "Yeah, that program could work out well for character generation. Good luck with it. I suggest temporarily getting a subscription to the site. What is that? Pular site to get some animation tutorials lessons." Let me look that up, Chrome, because I just briefly, again, I had a wicked busy day today, and I briefly looked at some videos. That sounds familiar. I might have stumbled across that already. No, it wasn't this one. Oh, wow, that is cool. JavaScript, Python, C++, Angular. Here, I'll bookmark it right now. Thanks, Chrome. Let me put it in here. Okay, just bookmarked it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I looked at a few videos and I didn't even get to watch them in whole because again, it's just been a crazy day. But they weren't at that site. I thought they were. Gimster says next post. Considering how busy you're going to be in the future, could you begin reacting to all of Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek, reasonable so far, all of Resident Evil and Jurassic Park movies, along with your anime vids? Yeah, but what am I going to do with the rest of my time? Yeah, okay. I mean, well, I'll if I only take on those, Gimster, that'll give me more time to work on the animation. So yeah, yes, we can do that then. Callie, well, gotta beat my meat before sleep. That a boy. Oh, I remember those days of being young where that I wish I could do that as regularly as I used to. I envy you, man, Callie. Go stroke out a good one for us. Thanks for being in. Who's creepier, Hisoka or Yoshikage Kira? Wow, that's a close one, Flame Enforcer. As creepy as Kira is, though, it's still Hisoka for me.
Hisoka.
Yeah, this fast kid heard the question as he was walking by. He agrees. And Yoshikage Kira is mightily creepy. But yeah, I got to stick with Hisoka. I mean, you can still breathe while doing reactions. Multitasking, Big Green says. Wank says, "Can I be under the desk too? I may be a man, but I'm a man with skills. Skills are what it's all about. I wish I could beat your meat." Oh, this beat that meat for the old man. That's right. Looks to drag the boy in here. I think that's probably why he's ducking and dodging. He's just poking his head in and then taking off. Arcane Mystic says, "Hey Curtis, I've been working on a Bleach fandom work and I want to animate it and post it somewhere. I think the characters are awesome and I want to figure out how to animate so I can make it." Well, again, Arcane Mystic, I'm just learning. So, I'm not the one to come to for advice. Chrome is a regular here and she's someone who can already animate. I'm going to tackle it with no promises of even achieving success. So, I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression, think that I'm somebody to come for on advice about that. Marsh says, "Who's your favorite stand-up comedian?" Mine's Jimmy Carr. Oh, I don't have to check him out. I'm familiar with Jimmy Carr. He's a riot. He's hilarious. Current one going would probably either be not either. It's Dave Chappelle. I really like Daniel Tosh too. I think he's really funny, but no, it's Dave Chappelle. I just think he's a brilliant stand-up. If we could roast Sky, abort the boy, Wolverine says. What's your favorite movie of all time? Mine is either Dark Knight or something else, Connor says. I got a few that are favorites. Certainly Rudy, because of my love of Notre Dame. Field of Dreams, because I'm a baseball nut, particularly old school style baseball. Love that movie. It's You Want to See Me Tear Up. It's anytime I see, hey, Dad, want to have a catch? So those two come, whenever I think about favorite movies, those two come to the top of my mind, along with the entire Toy Story series. Chrome says 3D art programs are interesting. You got to find the right user-friendly one for yourself. Personally, I use 3ds Max. Got it free till mid 2022. Then it'd be about $1,600 a year. Unreal for animation is free though. Low render time and super intuitive. It's what I built the intro in. I've heard about Unreal, Chrome. Now we've got some other tools in Adobe as well, and I already subscribed to Adobe. That's what really got me thinking about it. And I haven't tried them yet. I just read about. I got them in front of me here. I've got something in Adobe. Again, I don't know how well it works, Chrome, but it's called Character Animator. I've got a program I have access to called Animate. What other ones look like? Dimension Design with 3D from concept to reality. After Effects I'm familiar with. I think that's it. But the thing I was thinking is, if nothing else, utilizing all those programs, you would think they would be intuitive with one another. So if I could put it all together through them, it might be better for me, just because you think there'd be more seamlessness of importing and exporting. I mean, I'm just guessing. I'm assuming. Speaking of comedians, Krusty Baum says, I highly suggest you check out Frankie Boyle. I know Frankie Boyle too. The Scottish accent is one of the things that makes him so funny. His audience annihilation clips will kill you. We actually, Krusty Baum, we watched a bunch of his clips back when we could do the reaction video streams. Watched a bunch of his. Yeah, most stand-up comics, if they're of any note, I'm familiar with, at least because I spend a lot of time. If I've got any extra time, even a lot of times while something's rendering or something, I'll just pull up YouTube videos of stand up. I love stand up forever. Yeah, I actually love his accent. That's one of the things that makes him funny. Well, he's funny because he's funny, but it helps. Jamie says, wow, you got a great tech arsenal for creation. Yeah, Jamie, I didn't even know a lot of these programs existed until I actually had this thought. And then I got looking at my list here, and it's like, holy shit. We pay for I pay for it because Brax uses the Adobe products at school, but Premiere Pro is what I've edited with forever. I mean, since before the channel, when I was doing wedding videos and stuff. So I already have the Adobe suite available to me. So having all those there, it just, again, you would think they would work together well or seamlessly. Chrome says, you give art companies way too much credit. My sweet Autodesk has nice software, but they don't play friendly with each other. Well, that's what I'm afraid of, Chrome. I mean, again, common sense would tell you that stay within the same maker to work well together. But whoever said that developers are forced into that whole common sense thing. You got to go? Okay, thanks for being in, Gimster. Thanks for hanging out while you could. Sam says, lover hates Sasuke. He's not meant to be likable in Shippuden, but I don't think that he's a bad character. The whole point of Sasuke is that you're supposed to understand him but disagree with him. Well, yeah, and I don't think he's a bad character. As I said, is just as a character, he was neither extreme for me. I didn't like him. I didn't hate him. He was just Sasuke. And don't get me wrong, that's not to demean him. He served and he was a huge part of the storytelling. It's just when we talk about characters that impacted us one way or the other, he's just not one of them. Donzo was right, Goku Black says. Omar says, hey, Curtis, have you ever heard of Gabriel Iglesias? Fluffy? How could you not have heard of Fluffy? If not, I highly recommend him. He's hilarious. And actually you got to meet him? That's really cool. Yeah, they say, again, if you believe what you read from people that have encountered him, he's a really good guy. Oh, you got to drive him? Well, thanks for being in while you could. You can still watch the stream while you drive. No, I'm only kidding. I really don't. I don't even like. I obviously I know Emma's way too smart to take my advice anyway. But I don't even like saying stuff like that. It's just the whole trigger of if I think it's dumb enough to be funny, I say it anyway. It's like even though she clearly wouldn't have been doing it, how horrible would I feel if Em had an accident today? So it's like, no, I didn't say that. Chrome says common sense would say that, and then the company says, hey, let's change how to move around a 3D plane for each piece of software. Oh, let's change how to set up materials for each. Yeah, if that's the case, Chrome, it'll probably end up being a case of me just creating the character in that one program and then importing them over to SFM. Jackson, she's a coward. Edgar says, man, why does your husband look like you? Sweet home Alabama. I'm never getting over that. A lot of you guys have asked why whenever I have to make a hillbilly joke or an incest joke, does always have to be Alabama. Because there are certainly other regions and other states within the United States that are known for such things. It's because in 2012, Alabama just absolutely piss-pounded my Irish in the national championship game, and I refuse to get over it. I'm going to be a whiny little bitch about it for the rest of the time. That's all there is to that explanation. Donzo versus Curtis. Goku Black says, those eyes on his arms creep me out anyway. I'd give him the old Mo Curly Larry. Right into those eyeballs on his arms. Trevor says, Curtis, I hear that you enjoying Teen Titans Go. I do like TT Go. Has cursed Notre Dame to be unranked this year and lose to USC the next time they play. Oh, please don't say that. Not the loss to USC. Oh, USC is a tough one to figure out too. The recruiting has been okay. They've got some really talented players, but they've got some glaring issues too. So I'm hoping this ain't the year they lose to them. What season did I like in Avatar most, Omar? I don't know. I never really thought about it. To me, watching something like that is so linear that I really don't, in my thought process or in my memories of it, I don't really break it down into seasons. It's just more as a whole, if that makes any sense. So I don't really know. Excuse me. Krusty Baum says, I wonder if Donzo's arm eyes can feel anything. If they do, just aim for that arm over and over again. That's what I'm thinking. Shit. Again, just do the Three Stooges. Seems like it would work to me. Nobody ever tried it. Nicholas says, Amazing Grace? What about Amazing Grace? Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. There we go. That's not hurt my balls a little bit. Dimmy says, I'm getting tatted. I'm thinking about a snake holding an apple, but I'm also thinking about the Donzo eyes on my arm. That'd be freaky as fuck, Dimmy. Snake holding an apple, that's a cool design too. Donzo eyes on your arms would be creepy as fuck. I always, for some reason, isn't it weird how just certain things, there's so many things I can watch that are supposedly creepy or disturbing or whatever, the Goosh Goosh Man, and laugh at it, and those Donzo eyes creep me out. So Jack Queen says, somehow his voice just gave me an abortion. There's no somehow about it, pal. That was the plan. Chrome says, also not being fully familiar with Adobe Suite, you may want to look into Substance Painter if you want to try and paint extra details on your characters. Stuff like logos or stuff is 3D painting. Oh, okay. More good advice. Thanks, Chrome. I know we do in that suite have a 3D painter only because I don't even remember which one it was, but when I was bouncing around on videos, I saw one of the video makers, instructors using it. But that's I'll keep that in mind. Substance painter. Jamie says, dear Uncle Curtis, I need this burning curiosity quelled. Does your real wife get jealous of your anime waifus? Nah, she thinks I'm just, she thinks not inaccurately at all. She just thinks I'm a creepy old man. She just like shakes her head and goes pig, and she'll walk away. And I mean, which is a good thing. We've always had that kind of relationship. I've always said too, if you get in a relationship with someone, I don't care if it's girl, guy, girl, whatever the case may be, if you think your significant other stops looking at whatever sex you are, that person is obviously interested in. If you think they stop looking just because you're together, you're fooling yourself. That's just human instinct. That's human nature. So it doesn't hurt. I mean, it doesn't say that you don't have a real connection with that person. It doesn't say that you're not devoted to that person. But if you think that the head doesn't snap when the good-looking person walks by, you're nuts. Naruto eyeballs work like switchable light bulbs. Yeah, pretty much, Money More. I remember you guys. I do remember while we were watching Naruto, and early on, you'd see different things going on with the eyes, and I would be like, "What the hell?" I mean, you just pop it in and out, and you guys were all like, "Dude, you have no idea what you're in for." Naruto eyes, Naruto eyes are like M&Ms. Just pop one in your mouth, take it back out. You know, put. Waterground says the left arm from Danzo belongs to a character in Boruto, which also happens to be Orochimaru's experiment. No surprise. Exactly. No, yeah, that's not shocking. Curtis, thoughts on vegetarians? I am one. Oh, I pick on vegans, vegetarians all the time, Sam. But that goes with my overall philosophy on anything is do what makes you happy. I'm never going to become a vegetarian. Me of all people. Well, I don't like vegetables, and I love meat. I mean, there's no question red meat is going to shorten my life, and I'm comfortable with that. It's worth it. It's the trade-off. But I don't have a problem with anybody being a vegetarian. Do what makes you happy. Moonshine Girl says, my leg. Shut up, Fred. Hey, good to see you, Moonshine Girl. Goku Black says Susan owns all of us. It's almost come to that. we're almost there, where Susan is the great overlord. I'm sorry for the UGA fans. Arcane Mystic says at University of Georgia. I'm about to upset, but remember the time last year when the dog sunk to a new low and lost to a below 500 one-loss South Carolina team at home? Now, that was hilarious. That was a shocker. That was the shocker of the season for me. I honestly, right from the beginning of the year, I thought Georgia was going to be the national champions last year. I really did. That one just blew me away. Yeah, that was big. Hey, Stevie, good to see you. It's going good. Trevor says USC not been good since losing Sam Darnold. Yeah, Trevor, and all the, I think more than anything else, it's all the upheaval in that organization. Really, it started down when Pete Carroll left, but that's Pete Carroll left because he's Pete Carroll, and he knew the ship was sinking because all the shit was about to flow down on them from the whole Reggie Bush stuff, and that's Pete Carroll's MO. To, you know, if things are about to go south, get the fuck out. That's what Pete Carroll does. But that, I think that's more than anything else. It's just the constant coaching carousel, the changes in the front office. They just can't get any continuity there. Chrome says, God, the more I think about early 3D experience, I keep thinking about tips I would give. Save every 3 to 5 minutes because they will crash on you. That means save new versions as well for safety. That, Chrome, I'm pretty good about. I don't think I'll have any issue with that because I'm anal as hell about it with my editing and stuff. Because all that had to happen, and it did, is once or twice you get in the middle of an edit, and not even necessarily for YouTube, but like I say, with doing, when I used to do wedding videos and stuff, and you get way into an edit, and the program crashed and you hadn't saved. So I'm a maniac about hitting that save button. That's why, believe it or not, we laugh about it when I was gaming, like when I was playing Resident Evil 2, how often I save. That's one of the few things that's easy for me to remember because it's become ingrained into me. I save all the time when I'm editing and stuff. Excuse me. Money Moore says, for the stream earlier this week, my childhood heroes are Sonic the Hedgehog, cool one, and Peyton Manning. Oh, Peyton Manning was brilliant. What a quarterback. And really, I mean, Peyton Manning did not play on, for the most part, particularly good teams. He carried the Colts for a lot of years. It's kind of apropos that he won his last Super Bowl with the Broncos defense carrying him, considering that he had spent his whole career prior carrying the defense. Steve says gonorrhea. Jar says, did you see Ron DeSantis go off on the media about their bias against Florida? He owned them. It was hilarious. He did too. And he was right. Everything he said was right. And wow, he did. He went batshit on them. I did see that. Oh, Omar. Hey, Curtis, I got a hard question for you. What's your favorite Little Debbie snack? Actually, for me, that one's not that hard. It's the Swiss cake rolls. I like a lot of Little Debbie snacks, that little bitch. I wouldn't be as disgusting a fat guy if it weren't for that little whore. But it's the Swiss cake rolls. For Spaz Kids, it's the Cosmic Brownies. He has loved those since he was a little kid. My grandkids as well. But yeah, Swiss cake rolls. Oh shit. Dimmy says, I was cheated on recently. That sucks. What advice would you have? My dad said, just smash more women and I'll forget. I don't think your dad's entirely wrong, Dimmy, in the respect that I know that sounds flippant. But for me, you guys know what a big deal that respect is to me. It's the whole wrestling thing. But to be disrespected like that, I think is very, very difficult to overlook. What to do about it is ultimately up to you. If she's still someone that you wish to have a relationship with and you honestly, sincerely believe that you can get past it, more power to you. I don't know that that would be the case for me. If it's something that's always going to stick with you, then your dad's right. Just move on. As difficult as it is, time is a great healer. I know that's an old adage, but it's true. Time is a great healer. Move forward. Nicholas says, what's your reaction of old man Goku? I'm not sure what you mean, Nicholas. I'm not sure what you're asking there, pal, about old man Goku. I don't know what you mean for sure. Gone says, I would kill a small child for a box of zebra cakes. Zebra cakes, my mom, you guys know my mom's living with me now. Now the memory and the dementia is really setting in. But one of the last things she could stay cogent about was her love of of those zebra cakes. Yeah, that was her. She's a sweet fanatic, but those were her number ones. But for me, it's those. Oh man, those cake rolls. Oh. Steve says, I smashed the pig and now it's pregnant. Any advice? Yeah, bacon. or let it pop out the kid and then extra bacon. No, ham and bacon. That's an easy one, pal. Unpopular opinion, maybe, but I prefer Nami to Nico. I don't know that. You think that'd be unpopular, Hammerface? I mean, I prefer Nico Robin, but it's not, like I say, it's not by a lot. And I certainly would see the side of those who prefer Nami. For me, it's just, I think they're both stunningly gorgeous. I just like Nico Robin's demeanor better. I just like the way she carries herself, her calm attitude and everything. That's just all appealing to me. It may be, I don't know, but for me, no, I get that. Just because, again, it's not the way I see it. I definitely understand it. Thomas says, time heals all wounds, but not not that bitch's window. That's a good one, Thomas. I was going to say I'll remember that, but I probably won't. I'm going to try and remember that. Time heals all wounds, but not that bitch's window. I've seen people split between Nami and Robin. That's what I think too, Chrome. I think that one that easily goes both ways because they're both ridiculously gorgeous. See, even Wolverine says the same thing. Nico Robin is super attractive, but Nami is a few points above her. Yeah, I don't think he'd be too much in the minority there, if at all. It's unpopular with younger people, Smog says, but with more mature people, Robin is the common choice, or Boa Hancock. Yeah, that's part of it too, Smog. You guys know, obviously, I'm an old fuck, so I do tend to lean towards the more mature types, and yes, Robin is definitely the more mature one. Yeah, absolutely. That could have a lot to do with it. 4 months ago, you reacted to Old Man Goku video. Jeff says, jeez. I don't even remember that one off the top of my head. That happens with me a lot of times, though. You guys know that I have to rewatch to refresh. Nami's kind of bratty. Robin is an intellectual. Yeah, I agree with that, Moneymore. I do find her intellect hot. I really, especially the way she carries it, because she doesn't carry that intellect boastfully. It's just part of who she is, and it's a badass part of who she is. See, I'm a big fan of strong women, of smart women, of anything like that when they're exceptional at things other than having great titties. When they happen to have both the great titties and a stunning intellect, that's just a bonus. That being said, Boa is better than both. I'm warming up more to Boa Licks. I do like her character. I think the whole madly, deeply head over heels in love with Luffy thing is just hysterical. I love it. I haven't seen Inuyasha yet, Nicholas. I haven't seen that one yet. That's one that I would think would be coming up at some point on the channel, because that one's another one that gets a significant amount of support in every time we have nominations. But I haven't seen it yet. Wifer says Robin is smart and likes dark humor. Nami just likes money and tangerines. Hancock is a bitch. Robin, easy choice. I almost forgot about the tangerines. Right, but I mean, you can't deny the fact that Robin's gorgeous. Well, they're all gorgeous, so I guess that goes without saying. Arcane Mystic says, hey, Curtis, I had to be at work at the end of that Georgia-South Carolina game last year, but saw the ending. When we blocked the tying field goal in overtime to win the game, I cried tears of joy. Yeah, that one, again, Arcane Mystic, that was the upset of last year to me. That just absolutely stunned me. And again, that was, to be fair, even though I turned out to be way off, or well off, Georgia had been my preseason, not fandom pick, but from trying to pick from a football knowledge aspect, I had picked them to win the whole thing. That a boy, Demi. Time heals. So does the gym and these hot wings. That a boy. That's the right attitude to have. Nami is more beautiful, but Robin is sexier, if that makes any sense. That makes complete sense to me, Gone. Complete sense to me. So, yeah, beauty and sexiness are definitely separate entities. Sexiness incorporates so much more. No, that makes an entire sense to me. Hey, Anthony, good to see you, pal. I think the playoff system in college football is stupid. I don't know that it's stupid, Connor. I think it's too small. I think 4 teams is not enough. I think it should be 8. Only because I think if you get to 8 in most every season, you're going to include some 2-loss teams. And the reason I say 8 works better is if you lost 2 games, I don't give a shit what your resume is. You don't have a gripe if you don't get in. When there's so many 1-loss teams, there are a lot of legitimate gripes, particularly with teams that play in tougher conferences, so on and so forth. But to me, if 2-loss teams are getting in and you lost 2 games, nobody has the right to think they deserve a playoff spot with 2 losses. That's why I think 8 would be better. Hammerface says, I just like the idea that Nami has no powers and Usopp's helped build her that weather thingy. That is cool. That thing's been a lot bigger factor than I thought it was going to be when we first saw it. And I just wish Nico showed a little more emotion. Not much. Hammerface, I got to tell you, I kind of find her steady demeanor kind of hot. I know what you're saying, because she doesn't show a ton of emotion, but for some reason, and it's just that character, for some reason on her, that works for me. Apple Sour says, my little bro is turning 19 today. He's a huge fan. Could I get a happy birthday from him? Absolutely. Happy birthday, little bro. 19. Good. Oh, man. Prime of life. 19. Gosh, it's sad when I think that I have infections that are more than 19. I have underwear that's more than 19. Huh. Substantially more. But absolutely. Happy birthday, little bro. Enjoy it. Enjoy being young. God damn it, 19 too. Especially for guys, you're just starting to really, at 19, you're just starting to really physically mature, because physically guys mature slower than girls do. You got all that testosterone, you got all that muscle mass working for you. Everything's working the way it's supposed to work at 19. God damn, that's a good time. Biggest screen that said same thing. Oh man, 19. For me, it's like, yeah, especially at my age, just saying 19 is like, oh, wistfulness. Steve says, have you ever tugged yourself off whilst wearing the Infinity Gauntlet? Nah, just because I'm not that geeked out for it. If I was going to do that, it'd be something more anime related. That Gauntlet's actually Spaz Kids anyway, though, because that's the Iron Man one, and he's a huge Iron Man fan. Demi says 19 was the year of smoking weed and random Tinder sex. Nice. Apple says, yeah, he just moved out and we're going out and getting wasted. Well, that's good. I'm glad you guys have a good time and be careful. Georgia's overrated. Their AD, we're talking college football for those who don't know. Arcane Mystic. Their AD is like Clemson's and Alabama's and Ohio State's ADs. They know they can play nobody and still make it, and they're too scared to do so because one loss could derail them. Well, I don't know though, Arcane Mystic. Do you think that in the SEC though, you can't really get away scot-free in the SEC? It's too good. Both divisions are too good. I'm not a fan of. I think Ohio State is more guilty of that than is Georgia. But when you see the teams that don't have a particularly tough conference, and then their extra games are padded with East Buttfuck University, that pisses me off. I always think that should count against you heavily when the committee convenes. Whoever sees this in the comments, Steve says, put your age. I want to know how old everyone is. There's actually 31 now, Chrome. And I think I just looked. She's talking about G100s over at the Goose. 8. There are 8 left. As of right now, there are 8 to go. So that means we've done 23 because they ended up with a total of 31. The Browns to the Super Bowl? You think so, Joey? Boy, they underachieved last year. I was really surprised. I mean, I didn't expect them. I know people got too carried away last year, making them title contenders already, but they underachieved from what I thought they do. So let's see. 20, 27, 27, 23, 52, 23, 21, 18, 18, 23, 74, 28, 69. But actually, it's funny you guys say that because with you guys giving your ages, that is right. It does bear out YouTube's analytics because you guys are almost all right in that area that we have of heavy concentration age-wise here at Spaz Boys. Hammerface says, I just want to see her angry like she's pent up. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Again, I think the even keel is sexy. It works with her, but I do understand what you're saying. It would be cool to see. Thomas 16, 17 Omar says. Sorry, I didn't see anybody else take the opportunity. Oh, that's right, Dark Sliver. Hammerface is 24. Oh, man, you guys make me so wistful just even thinking about those years. Although I got to admit, I don't mind getting old. I mean, there's certain things that suck about it. Like I told you guys now, just today, I finally got my Century Bob punching figure in, so I can work out more effectively with my boxing shit. And it's almost a little depressing getting it on a week when my shoulders have just been torn to shit. They're absolute garbage this week. So it's like my workout's going to suffer for it. So little things like that are kind of nagging. But I think, in all honesty, one of the reasons I don't mind getting old is because of things like this, because I have you guys. Seriously. I mean, this just keeps me happy and not thinking about it. Wolverine says, I'll be the Catholic priest to your altar boy. Jamie says, hey, honestly, I'm the happiest I've ever been despite being officially middle-aged. Yeah, I'm with you, Jamie. I mean, the thing of it is, we all know what life is truly short. Might as at every age, make the best of it. Have a good time. My favorite Avatar character is Iroh, super badass old man. By the time it was over, Arcane Mystic, yeah, I designated Iroh as my favorite too. He really is just a great character. Well, guys, I gotta go. Thank you for this free for all Fridays. Once again, never ever disappoint. Demi says, I hope I'm as chill as you when I'm aged. Well, thank you, Demi. I appreciate that. Seriously, that means a lot to me. I appreciate that. You guys all strike me as the type, though, that most all of you guys, I think, grab life by the nuts pretty substantially. And For me, that's the secret. That's why I'm happy all the time. It's because, again, why not be? It's just life is just too fucking short not to be happy as much as you possibly can be, and that's what keeps me going. But well, that and sticky stuff, which is coming right up, and we all know that it's Free for All Friday. So the sticky stuff is the highest quality sticky stuff of the week. If you guys know what kind of hell I go through to produce Free for All Friday sticky stuff, oh, you would appreciate it even more. That's the story I'm going with, and I'm sticking to it because it's sticky stuff. Pamfu, sticky stuff, sticky stuff, sticky stuff. Free for All Friday sticky stuff for everybody. Free for All Friday sticky stuff. Bathe in it, love it. It's the best sticky stuff you will ever encounter. It's Free for All Friday sticky stuff because we'll bang, okay, flashly like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, and with extra emphasis on Friday, goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh.